Hi friends, for those who don't know me, my name is Miss Jordan and I am the Youth Education Coordinator at MOA. Thank you so much for joining us for part 2 of this week's Mini Masters at Home program. Hopefully you already watched video 1 or part 1 on our website wisconsinart.org, in which we had an art discussion about Max Fernicki Jr.'s block print along the London Road. In addition, we read the story Welcome to Cuckooville by Susan Chandler. This week's theme is all about community, which is very fitting because we are gearing up at MOA for this weekend, July 25th and 26th of 2020, our at-home festival, Chalk the State. In this type of festival, we aren't encouraging people to gather together, but simply chalk in their community or at their home and create positive art through chalk. So you might be doing it in your driveway, you might be doing it at a local organization. Either way, take photos and submit it into our hashtag Chalk the State. So instead of having a PDF, which lists all of the supplies needed for this week's project, we are just going to be using chalk. There will be a link that will list an activity guide, which will have different ways to make chalk if you're curious about making your own, or I'll have different art prompts if you're curious about what different things you can do with chalk. So instead of taking the PDF, I'm going to take you to chalkthestate.com so you guys can see what that looks like. Okay, so here is, if you type in chalkthestate.com, it'll take us to the MOA website, but it'll take you to the Chalk the State page. On this page, you will have both the hashtag, a way to keep involved through social media. In addition, it lists all of the partnering organizations. All of these organizations will be doing something along the lines of either having their own event, a place for you to chalk, or just more information. So if you live near one of these locations, make sure you either go to their website or call them to see what they're doing. In addition, please make sure that you are chalking responsibly. Make sure that you are doing it in an area that you're allowed to be chalking, and make sure that you're respecting the environment as well. Okay, so hopefully now you have a better understanding of what Chalk the State is all about. And instead of having step-by-step directions for a project, I'm going to show you some photos of what I decided to do for this week's project. In keeping with the theme of community, I decided to create my own chalk community on my own sidewalk in front of my house. So let's look at some of those photos so you have a better idea of what you can do with chalk. This activity is perfect if you have a toy car that you want to race, or even if you're just curious about making different buildings and having fun designing your own towns. So let's look at those photos. Okay, so the first thing I did was I created a welcome sign for my chalk town. So when people are imaginarily driving into it, they know that they have reached a new city that is totally creative. So I made a welcome sign. Then I started making grass and a road. I have some buildings. I have a swing set. I have houses. I have a fire department. I have a school. I have a hospital. I also decided to make a little bit of a pond or a lake and put a boat in it. I have sand for a beach. And so this is my city. It's not super huge, but if I wanted to continue it down, I definitely could. Either way, it's a lot of fun. Even just my neighbors walking past it made them smile. So I'm sure anything like this is a positive thing that you can add to your community. I'm so excited to see what you guys come up with. Make sure you take photos and submit them in so it can be joined with the rest of the amazing chalk art for Chalk the State. Okay, so if anyone has any questions, feel free to email me. I know my email is not listed on the Chalk the State page, but it is on most of the youth education pages. It is jgibbon@wisconsinart.org. If you have questions, you just want to share what you are doing with your chalk art, feel free to reach out. I miss all of you so much. You're all so creative. I love hearing from you. So hopefully you guys all join the Chalk the State movement and create some amazing works. Thank you again for joining us for this week's Mini Masters at Home program. I hope to see you next time. In the meantime, happy creating.